Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chatter Squadron, your weekly dose of Star Wars fun and positivity. My name is Tyler Bucks.
And my name is Rebel Scum. What is up? Logan Hansaker.
Your name is Logan Hansaker.
Right.
What is up, Rebel Scum is what
Long
you said.
day, long day.
It's been a long day already. Yes, we are a little bit late today because once again, we are having internet issues. Palpatine is trying to take us down one step at a time. He hates our positivity. I think that's what it is. But thank you guys for being so patient with us. And we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. Yes, when it comes to a real lightsaber, we all have reservations on what that means, but that's what Disney said when they revealed this lightsaber.
Their words.
So we are just using their words. We're going to be getting into that in a little bit, but also breaking down this crazy Tom Brady standoff with Kylo Ren is another thing we're
An
going
interesting
to be doing.
play.
But yeah, we want to thank first Acme Archives Direct for giving us the art for this month and is bounty acquired by Lucas Durham. Sorry. Chatter Squadron. We don't know how to say people's names. You can get that art by commenting on our main stream. So if you're watching this on Facebook, anywhere else, go to our page, Chatter Squadron, comment on there. That's what gets you entered in to win the art. And speaking of winning art, Logan, did somebody win last month's art?
I think they did. I think we have a winner to announce.
Here's a drum roll. Who won the art last month, Logan?
The winner of last month's art, which is The Dark Side by Vance Kelly, is Rick Villanueva.
Oh my goodness, Rick. Listen, Rick, see, if anybody thinks we fix these competitions, everybody knows how much Rick and I hate each other.
Yeah, right.
No way I'm giving
he
Rick.
would never let that fly.
No way I would give Rick it for free, but thank you, Rick, for commenting so often. You are going to be getting the art, and I'm going to find out where you live.
Mm-hmm. For more than one reason.
Yeah, for the
for multiple reasons.
For the art thing, of course. But also, if you want to help support the show, like Acme Archives Direct does, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/Chatter Squadron. Logan, how can they, or what do they get when they join our Patreon?
Well, we have access to our show notes. We have a Discord. We have early releases of our podcast that is released every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You get our undying gratification, which is, I would say, priceless.
Yeah,
I would say, yeah.
But and a big thing you get when you join the Patreon at a certain level, you get a shout out every single episode. So we would like to thank Commodore Marroquin,
Commodore
Rayside,
and Commodore Benti.
Thank you guys so much for helping us keep the lights on and for helping me get a new internet provider.
Keep the internet on, yeah.
It's gonna. I'm done with these people. Whoever our internet provider is, because we don't want to slander anybody.
Right.
We'll just call them the internet provider. They are on borrowed time right now. So enjoy my money while it lasts because we're jumping ship.
Yeah, enjoy it for one more week.
Yeah, we're like General Grievous. It's time to abandon ship.
It's true.
And we're about to jump off.
Where are the escape pods?
But yeah, what we want to get to first, Logan, is we want to talk about Lego Star Wars. Is that correct?
We do. Lego Star Wars. There's been a bit of a delay.
It's something about video games now that they're all delayed.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is all about. Maybe they have our internet provider.
It's almost like they're trying to make really, really big, complicated, intricate games.
I don't know if I buy that.
Right. No. I don't.
No way.
That can't be it. But yeah, so I dropped this past week. There was a tweet that went out. It says, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga has been delayed past its spring 2021 release window, and TT Games promises to provide updated launch timing as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Very specific. And this was actually the actual tweet here. TT Games shared the news on Twitter on April 2nd, saying, all of us at TT Games are working hard to make Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, the biggest and best ever Lego game. But we're getting more time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be able to make our intended spring release date, but we will provide updated launch timing as soon as possible. They're keeping us on the edge of our seat.
And with our internet is keeping us on the edge of our seat. Hopefully everybody still see us and we're still coming through clear because we're seeing that the connection is a little wonky. But hey, we just got to roll with what we got.
We're from the Techno Union.
Yeah. When the internet gets to this point, we are definitely from the Techno Union. Let's see if I need to
do a little.
Yeah, we're gonna play one of our sketches, and then we will be back, ladies and gents.
Stand down. Whoa, no.
What?
I don't watch trailers. You know that.
We have to watch it for the new show.
You do what you need to do to get ready for the new show. I'm going to do notes. Empire stuff. I got a lot of Empire stuff to do, Logan. A lot of Empire stuff.
It's like a minute! I'm gonna watch it.
I'm here on business. I need your help. I've been quested to bring this one back to its kind. If I can locate other Mandalorians, they can guide me.
This is no place for a child.
Wherever I go, he goes. Here we go.
The Mandalorian. New season streaming October 30th, only on Disney Plus.
Oh my God, Logan, someone's throwing cats out of a window outside, and someone has to go catch the cats, because if nobody catches the cats will fall out the window.
Oh my God!
And get hurt.
Stand down.
Kylo, you were right about the guy with the cat. Oh my God!
I'm here on business. I need your help. I've been quested to bring this one back to its kind.
Wrong. Okay, guys, we are back. We realized we left the banner on during that whole sketch.
So the sketch was about Lego Star Wars being delayed.
And also it was about The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Also, it was about covering to fix the internet issues.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of
So,
uses.
We think we fixed it again, but if it goes down, just keep letting us know. But yeah, speaking of going down, we are having this issue with Lego Star Wars not being released. It is a big game they're trying to do. They're trying to wrap up, isn't it, all 9 games or
yeah.
all 9 movies?
All 9 games. Well,
Right.
I mean, yeah, all 9 movies and yeah, games, because the first one, Star Wars, came out in 2005, the video game. Then they had the original trilogy, and then they combined more of the games.
Mhm.
And this one, I did see, which I'm not sure if you did as well, the trailer for what they released, the trailer for the game.
It's like the most realistic Lego Star Wars game ever.
Super realistic
Yeah.
and super duper cool. So I would say, like, as I know, it's always disappointing when you have a release date and you're a little excited,
Mhm.
but you know what I mean? I'm also someone who's willing to wait. Like, if they are like, hey, we're going to wait and then make it that much better, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer that instead of a thing where you buy a game and then it doesn't work and
like
you have to
super
wait
buggy.
until it gets there, or like tuning into a stream and then midway through internet goes down or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
I'm really starting to feel sympathetic for Lego Star Wars now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on their side here.
Lego Star Wars should just be our internet provider.
I wonder if then we would be late every single episode.
it would always be delayed.
Right.
That's what we say too. We're just trying to make a better stream for you guys. Just one more week. We're just going to make it the best stream possible.
So what game will you play while you wait for Lego Star Wars? I don't know if I'll play any game. I don't even know, honestly, if I'll play Lego Star Wars, this one.
Really?
And a big reason why is it's just like, I've played a lot of the Lego Star Wars games. So if they are doing something not completely different, but very different, that kind of breaks the mold of what they've done before in the games,
Right.
then maybe I'll give it a shot. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I've played all of them.
I think the only thing, I don't think they're going to like switch it up too big or anything
It's
like
a
that.
first person shooter now.
Right. Because then that would be so jarring. But
Yeah.
I think the only update will be, obviously, a lot of times what I've seen is like they'll take out, I don't know about Lego Star Wars, but for newer games, less loading screens and stuff like that. They'll take out a lot of the in-between time. Obviously better graphics, a lot more movement. Everything seemed just
Right.
smoother. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see them doing like a big revamp of Lego Star Wars. There's no need to.
Trevor is saying Lego Doom, fund it. The thing is, we might have gotten Lego Doom if it was the Lego Star Wars was made in the 90s,
Right.
because half the games in the 90s were Doom ripoffs.
Yeah, just like a Doom reskin.
They were like, wait, we can make like a 3D shooter? Let's just copy this.
So we'll take Doom and just kind of make a little bit of different characters.
What's the name? Okay, the Skywalker Saga. Maybe I'm off, because Commodore Benti is saying he will play Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga.
Right.
Is that another game?
Yeah, Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga was the one I believe that came out in 2007, which was the it made
prequels and the
everything.
original
yeah,
trilogy.
the first game
Yeah.
and the second game, smashed them together.
I thought Commodore Benti was trolling us by saying he would play this game that has been delayed.
Yeah, which game would you play? I'd play the one that you all can't play.
Right.
Do you have early access? What's going on here?
Jonathan Maru Keen, Commodore. I'm actually going to babysit my little 4-year-old cousin today, and we love to play Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. The Complete Sega Saga. He plays as R2 in the free play mode, zapping droids so that I can kill them. Wowzers! Now that's a tag team right there.
Yeah, that's perfect tag team.
Speaking of tag team, I'm going to have a pro wrestling quiz for Logan and you a little bit later if the stream holds up. But like you said, we just got to give them a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But do we want to move on to this big lightsaber news?
The big reveal. Let's do it.
Okay, so yeah, Disney Parks made a real lightsaber, apparently, but here is the facts that we have at this time. During a virtual event dubbed A Special Look Behind Disney Parks, hosted by Josh Amaro.
D'Amaro.
D'Amaro.
Would be my guess.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
See, we always have to check. D'Amaro, he's the chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products. Disney showed off what appeared to be a real working lightsaber. We're not talking about ones you can already purchase inside of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We're saying it was a real working lightsaber, as in light emerged from the hilt with sounds.
Right.
As the presentation was wrapping up, D'Amaro stated, "You never know what we're going to come up with next." He then pulled out a replica of Luke's lightsaber, turned it on to reveal a blue blade, and claimed, "It's real." So there we go. That's what they're saying.
And he just started
It's real.
cutting through
Younglings.
yeah. They
Um,
brought like several children up on stage
That-
for,
now
for
that-
a demonstration.
Right. That would be, whoa, hey-o. Okay, so we may have a better understanding now as to what this actual lightsaber is, thanks to patents Disney filed back in 2017. The patent is for a sword device with a retractable, internally illuminated blade. In the patent, Disney also recognizes that to make these swords in films, CGI is needed to realistically extend and retract a blade. Disney also says, briefly, the inventors recognized that there was a need for a new special effects device that can be used as a theatrical prop, toy, or collector's item that efficiently simulates fictional energy swords, including the lightsabers found in popular films. That feels like a very canned thing that somebody wrote up for them. You
Right.
know, that doesn't feel like somebody's actual speech. The patent of Disney's lightsaber is intriguing. So try and follow me on this one, guys. Basically, a plastic blade is cut in half lengthwise and is rolled up into a hilt on a spool like a tape measure. The blade will emit the two blade pieces unrolling outward and connecting with an end cap, which has a flexible strip with lights attached. It can also retract back into the hilt. So, no clue what that means.
I know.
Zero clue what that means and how to even visualize it. And we even have a picture from the patent. So this is what it looks like. And once again, don't know what the heck this is. Don't know how this turns into a lightsaber.
I see some gears. Looks like little. There seems to be a piece at the top, like
Right.
like a spool.
Mm-hmm.
It looks intricate.
It definitely does.
There's something that says motor.
Oh,
There's a motor.
LED spool. Yeah. Drivetrain. Oh, they got a drivetrain. That's how they're doing it.
That's it. For me, it's the tip that's the part that is.
And how is it going?
does-
How is it going to become like a solid blade? Like I was telling Logan, I think when this came through, it's like there's no way if this thing is able to like shoot out that they're going to sell this in the park for you to use it in the park.
Right.
If you are like in line for the Falcon and you're just sitting there and all of a sudden some kid just bing, it's like, oh God.
Well, that's why you have yours as well,
Oh,
and you get them back.
the only way, yeah, it's like outlaw
Yeah,
rules. You know what I mean?
exactly.
If he hits you first, you can have a showdown with
Yeah.
this kid. It's yeah.
Galaxy's Edge is you want more lightsabers in Galaxy's Edge. That's how it's going to get safer.
I guess so. This is just a patent for Disney's design, and it doesn't necessarily mean that this is this is the lightsaber device that Josh was wielding in the presentation, but it could be similar. Once again, like they're talking about how it like shoots out like a tape measure. I guess that can work. You know,
Yeah.
I guess that it can happen, but the big thing for me is just the blade itself.
Have you ever used a tape measure where it's like you get to a certain point and then it just like
Yeah.
it just so could you imagine like
Yeah.
there's nothing worse than trying to like, pump yourself up. You pull out your lightsaber, you shoot it out, and then it just like
We've all dealt with that, man. Every once in a while, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. Okay.
No,
But
it's common.
it's common. Okay.
I swear it doesn't have this has never happened before.
You're standing in the middle of Galaxy's Edge, like, well, hold on, guys, hold on.
Can people just turn away for a little bit? Okay,
Shake it a little bit.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure right now, and
we're talking about lightsabers, of course. But the thing about it is, when it comes to like a tape measure, when it shoots back in, how scary is that sometimes too? You know what I mean? It's like, like you go bing, you poke some kid's eye out. And then it's like, oh, sorry about that. And you snap yourself in the hand. I'm so concerned about people just having these at Galaxy's Edge. I have a feeling like you can get it in the box, and they're like, if we see you out with this,
we're taking
it. You have to put it back in the box, or you have to leave.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be like pouring gasoline onto a fire.
Well, I would love to be able to fight with them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that is cool. Do not get me wrong. Super cool to have a lifelike replica sized hilt.
Yeah.
It's not oversized or anything. It's like, it feels good.
Mhm.
Bam, shoot it out. But then that's it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I want to like shoot it out and then just start like smacking at people.
Yeah.
With it.
So the thing about this though is there is no video of this anywhere. And I have scoured the web. I've tried to look for it because what it was like this investors event. And when you are a part of this, like as press or whatever else it is, you are told you cannot, monitor this. You can't record this. And apparently it happened so fast that even if someone tried to like take out their phone or whatever, they couldn't have gotten a glimpse of it. But it's so closed in that if it did leak out somewhere, they would track down the people who were invited. It's not just like people are watching the Super Bowl and something happens and they get a picture of it. No, it's like this select group of people saw this. So if it ever gets out, but those are the people who are saying, oh my gosh, we just saw a real lightsaber. I don't know what this means.
Right.
So Scott Trowbridge, no relation to former host of the show, Johnny Trowbridge, he tweeted about this lightsaber. He said, a lot of questions today about whether the lightsaber that Josh D'Amaro revealed today was real or CGI, and whether I'd share photos or videos. Yes, it is / was real, and not yet. Speaking on sharing stuff. Hashtag bringing the galaxy far, far away to life. So that's what I mean. Like, we're not going to get to see it. But what's cool about our show is, with all the problems that we have one way or another, is we have one. We have one of these lightsabers now, guys. That's why we were so mad that the internet was not connecting, because we are ready to unveil this lightsaber. We looked on the inside. It looks, we looked on the inside of it. It looks exactly like the diagram.
Yeah, we broke it open.
There's we saw
gears.
the train thing that I mentioned earlier. It's magic. So we're going to ignite it right here live on screen. You ready?
Yeah.
Once again, this never happens, but
I can look away.
What?
Yeah.
Why is it not? It was working right before we started the stream. Like right before we were about to start the stream, it was working, and now it's not working.
You don't have to convince me.
But- Oh, who made this? Oh, our internet provider made it. Oh, that's why it's not going to work when the stream's happening.
Makes sense.
Well,
That's right on par.
maybe when the stream's over, it'll shoot back out, and we'll try and figure out
Maybe like 2 hours
from there. Yeah.
after the scheduled stream, it'll decide to start working again.
Who knows, one way or another. But I'm excited about that happening.
One of my favorite quotes from this whole thing is in the beginning, and I think I don't want to misquote them, but they're saying like, you'll never believe what we keep working. You'll never be able to guess what we're working on. It's like, I feel like I could have guessed that. Like, I feel like I could guess that you guys were, or someone was working on making more realistic props and lightsabers.
And I would suppose it is Disney. They don't want a bunch of lawsuits and whatever else.
Right.
That either this is something that you can buy and you can't take it out there, or something you can buy online, or whatever else it is. But I think a big part of it has to do with the performers at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And the like the demonstrations in media, being able to ignite the lightsaber on screen.
Right.
Because they'll still go back CGI, make it look like a complete lightsaber. But that's what they're doing now anyway, is with, the plastic lightsaber blades basically that you can buy from a website right now, and then transposing that onto it. But being able to use it as a movie prop, I think that might be the first thing they were trying to do when it comes to this. The question briefly, what we have is, how much do you think the first batch of real lightsabers will sell for? Do you have a guess as to what you think it would sell for?
I would well okay, I should have realized, maybe I should have researched this. The ones at Galaxy's Edge right now,
they're like $100 to do the whole thing.
I would put this I would say at least like 400.
Dang, I was gonna say 400 too.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there's technology, you know what I mean? There's pretty, like, it seems like they obviously, if it's the more intricate, it's going to cost them more to make it, obviously.
Right.
And if it has all those gears and moving parts, and pop my eye out. It's true. If only it would have worked. All the moving parts, it's going to have to at least double or triple.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to go with what Chad Benty is saying, all the monies.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be a lot. I don't know if it's as much as Jonathan Marroquin thinks, saying a couple grand each.
Well, if their target demo is props and stage props and movie props, I could see, because that does get expensive. I could see it being a couple grand each.
And then Trevor, he said they sell for an arm and a leg. Appropriate.
Very appropriate.
I think that's too soon. If Anakin is watching,
which he is,
he might take great offense to that. But when it comes to this, let's take a look at this thing one more time here, this diagram. I don't know. The number one, we see kind of like big gears on the side there. So maybe this is a lot smaller than I'm viewing. But if it's smaller on the inside of a hilt, then
like it's pretty skinny.
Right, because then the like actual like blade is going to be pretty thin.
Right.
Like that looks like maybe half an inch.
Like Rebels.
yeah, it's like Rebels
thin.
sized. But that's what I mean. It's very cool that this is possible. I think
don't drop it.
I think what they're chasing though is to be able to be that thin.
Yeah.
And come out of the saber and come back in. And like you were saying with the tip, how like does the tip just kind of like plop right on right before it shoots out or something? I don't know.
Exactly, because they say that there's a tip that's going to come out and it's got LEDs on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, where does that shoot from? Is the tip on one of the sides?
I know.
It's impressive.
I don't know. But once again, I'd like to remind everybody that if you want to comment in to win the art that's behind us, go to our main page. If you're watching this anywhere else, either on our main Twitch, our main YouTube, or our main Facebook page, Chatter Squadron of Star Wars Podcast. And if you comment there, it's easier for us to enter you in to win the art because we can pull it up onto the screen and enter you in to win the bounty acquired. But yeah, so I think Jonathan has a good idea here with maybe the tips on each part are magnetic.
So each part has half the tip, and then
Okay.
kind of shoot together.
Yeah, but the thing is too,
That's-
like, what is going on the inside? Do you get what I mean?
Oh, I don't know.
For it to and like come out as a blade, because you don't want this thing to like come out and like have to snap together.
Yeah.
You know, now we're even into the scarier
Yeah.
circumstances where you got two things. It's like a snake.
Yeah, I just like
Yeah,
put it
It's
right
like,
at someone.
"Ah!"
That is scary.
It's very scary.
Imagine a lightsaber just like it's like a mouth, just like bites right at your face.
But I mean, hey, that's another possibility. The thing about it is so disappointing is I just want to see the thing.
Yeah.
I want to even see like a bootleg, somebody with a VCR camera in the back of a movie theater quality thing, because I just want to see maybe if it caught people off guard. It didn't actually look as impressive as people were saying. They were just like, whoa. And that was pretty cool that it came out and they said it's real, and then it's over. Like, man, that looked very realistic.
Right.
Now that the shock is kind of gone for a lot of us, maybe if we watched it, we would be like, oh, maybe I can see the LED like strips and stuff. I don't know what it is. I just want to see it. It's
Well,
driving me crazy that we don't even have a picture.
If it was the movie theater, kind of like pirated quality, I feel like right as they were going to shoot the lightsaber out, like someone in the front row would stand up to go to the bathroom.
Right.
You just see like a shadow coming up,
Right.
leaving. It's a cool jumping off point, though. I will say that. No matter how this turns out, it's like, you know what I mean? It's the first prototype of that kind. So they're
Right.
only going to keep improving it, which is super cool.
It's like a proto saber.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's some legend stuff for everybody. But yeah, so I am excited about this. And speaking of Disney parks, yes, we're talking about it. The big major standoff between Tom Brady and Kylo Ren. Logan, you kind of brought this to my attention.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren and Tom Brady having a standoff. When did you first see this come through?
I want to say like 3 or 4 days ago, probably midweek,
Right.
Tuesday or Wednesday. I
Mhm.
want to say Wednesday, maybe Wednesday morning. I saw it come through.
Thank you for being very specific.
I don't want to get those days wrong. We are all about facts here at Chatter Squadron. We never get anything wrong. We never
Never.
pronounce anyone's name wrong.
No.
Okay, 100% facts.
Another very specific thing you said, but yes, that's very true.
Right. You can always rely on us for that. No, I saw it come through, and I don't even know what the headline was. Does Tom Brady join the dark side or something like
Right,
that?
right,
And I was
right.
like, I don't know. Maybe he does. Who knows?
He's like, does this have to do with Star Wars at all, or is he like force sensitive, and that's why he's won so many rings?
It made perfect sense.
But yeah, we actually have the video of this confrontation, so you guys can go ahead and check it out, and maybe we'll have some thoughts about it after the fact.
Yeah.
Dark side calls to you. You must make a choice. Will you join us?
No thanks. I'm already on a winning team.
A bold answer. Not wise, but bold.
Now, Logan, as we see, this is a crazy play between two powerhouses in their field. We're going to take a quick look at this again. Dial it back for a second. We got Kylo Ren, of course, walking up, very confident.
Very confident.
Has a great base. And right there, we see the hand go up.
There it is. There's that hand extension. He reaches out from the elbow. You see it. It's not a good move.
No, we've seen his track record when it comes to this. I think he's 0-3 by putting his hand out and trying to get somebody to join him.
He's 0-3. It's predictable. And as we know, Tom Brady, he studies tapes.
Right.
He's seen the sequels. He knows the record. He knows he's not good at the hand extension.
Exactly. So as we see here, now we're gonna keep it moving. Look at it. He extends it even further, overextending, you might say. And then right here, Tom Brady, look at that pivot. Look at that.
He pivots right off the back foot. You see that?
Well, we can't see his back foot, but I can feel his pivot with his foot.
He's got his shoulders square.
Mhm.
He's looking right at the camera. Such awareness of the field. He knows the camera is right there. It's almost like he knew it was there.
It's almost like he could just feel that the camera was there on him. Also, amazing COVID precautions and everything.
Excellent.
And just not phased at all, saying, listen, I'm already a part of a winning team. I don't need to take anybody's hand. And it's just amazing how he's able to stare down us and Kylo Ren at the same time.
Yeah, and I will say Kylo Ren has an incredible group of coaches and
Right.
the team. I just don't see them telling him to go with this play. I think this was an audible he called on his own, and
Right.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it, especially because look at this. He denies him, and there goes the hand. The hand comes back. He
Again.
almost takes a step back, and now he points. The point is just he's trying to grasp at anything, but it
No.
was just a bad play. Tom Brady is one of the best, and this just proves it right there.
Yep.
Of course, let's take one more look at this crazy, crazy play.
Dark side calls to you. You must make a choice. Will you join us?
No thanks. I'm already on a winning team.
A bold answer. Not wise, but bold.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Not really news.
No.
No.
It's kind of a cool happenstance.
I guess the question we can ask you guys, would you join Kylo or would you join Tom Brady?
It's a good,
It's a good-
it's fair. It's a
It-
fair. Also, how long has Tom Brady? Because he won the Super Bowl in February, so
Yeah.
he's just been living down in Disney World this whole time.
Well, I mean, congrats to him if he has enough money to live in Disney World. I think it's like $150 a day for maybe he doesn't even have a hopper pass. He's just staying there the whole time.
Right, he's living inside the park, and he'll pay for it.
Maybe that's a COVID thing. It's like you have to spend 2 weeks in, and
You stay there. You can't leave.
no, you can't leave. So when people now say I'm going to Disney World, they're staying.
Yeah, they mean it.
They're staying for a little while. It's just a funny thing that came through the timeline and something that went a little bit viral. So staged,
Yeah,
crazily staged.
That's the first thing you said when you saw it.
I watched it while talking to Logan on the phone, and I didn't even have the volume on, and I just was like, "This is so staged." And the biggest reason for it is the camera comes over, and he turns to the camera and says his line to the camera and not to Kylo at all, and no one else is around.
He's
And
got the private show.
the music is up and everything. That was one of the most staged things I've ever seen. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Kylo Ren, not a big fan of Tom Brady.
I am a big fan of both.
Chad Benty is saying, "Give me swole Kylo."
Like the squared off, shirtless.
Yeah, the shirtless. No shirts in my ship.
No shirts.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Kylo, and I'm a big fan of stuff about Galaxy's Edge still getting out there. You know, we have someone down there in Orlando right now, a field correspondent,
Yeah, Tom Thompson.
Hollywood spy from Hollywood Studios, and the problem is he's still trying to get intel on the hotel they're making,
Right.
and not necessarily intel on major celebrities who go to
Yeah,
the
because
park.
he really dropped the ball on this one.
No,
he kind of
yeah.
missed this whole interaction.
I haven't heard from him in months, so maybe we'll hear something. Maybe we should get Tom Thompson on the case for what this whole lightsaber business is.
That would be good. Maybe he's got some insight.
Well, he is a Hollywood spy from Hollywood Studios.
Hmm.
So Logan, are you ready to play a game?
Woo!
Now, everybody, today is the first day of WrestleMania. That's right. WrestleMania is now a 2-day event that you can watch by joining the Peacock streaming service for $4.99.
What are you doing?
Day one, we're getting Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. It's going to be a crazy affair. Why are you looking at me like that?
It sounds like you're trying to do like a sponsor thing. We're not sponsored by WWE.
Right. We're not, but maybe I can be. So, Vince McMahon, if you're watching, super excited for WrestleMania tonight. We're going to be doing a quiz. This quiz has some WWE wrestlers in it. Basically, what the quiz is, Logan, is this the name of someone from the Star Wars universe, or is it the name of a pro wrestler?
Okay,
Right?
Okay.
Pretty great, right? Just like night 2 of WrestleMania, where you're going to have Roman Reigns, Edge.
We are not sponsored by WWE or Peacock. We're sponsored by Acme Archives Direct.
Yeah, but maybe we can be. See, I did
Maybe
the
we
Kylo
can.
point.
Yeah, maybe we can be.
WrestleMania, right?
WrestleMania.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. So here we go. Are you guys ready for a quiz? You haven't done a quiz. I haven't quizzed you in a while. I feel like I did quiz you at one point. I just can't remember what the heck that was.
I don't think I've ever been quizzed ever on anything. in my life.
So, like that, it is time to play Our Last Hope, or Off the Top Rope. Is this the name of someone from Star Wars or a pro wrestler? And now, Logan, I'm going to need you to do me a favor, right? Take score this time.
The thing we never do.
The thing we never do is to take score. For getting it right, you get a point. You don't get a point if you get it wrong, of course. And then there's a bonus round at the end that you can get 3 points. So you can make up
Ooh.
the ground.
Okay.
You need 10 points to win.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Everybody at home can play along, but here's the catch.
Help me out.
Here's the catch. You have a lifeline, which is being able to ask the chat.
Okay.
You can't ask the chat because this is unlike some like very nebulous stuff that we've done before where like people can just kind of guess, like
Right.
the fortune cookie game and everything.
Right.
This is, if somebody knows that this is a wrestler, they can just say it. So
True.
we are going to have one lifeline, and that's where you
So I
can
only
ask
get
the
to
chat
ask the chat once.
once.
Got it.
Exactly. All right. Not too complicated, everybody. I hope everybody is ready to have a good time playing this new game. Now, Logan, the first one here is Derek, Hobbie, Klivian. Derek, Hobbie, Klivian. Is this the name of someone from Star Wars or the name of somebody from pro wrestling? You can still play along at home. You can still put it in the chat. Logan just can't see it.
Derek, Hobbie, Klivian. I want my initial instinct right off the rip
Right.
is to say WWE.
WWE?
And but that seems too obvious. That seems I'm gonna go WWE. Go with your gut.
Unfortunately, that is somebody from Star Wars. Derek is a Rogue Squadron pilot, first seen in The Empire Strikes Back, actually. Next person. You ready?
All right.
Therm Scissorpunch. Therm Scissorpunch.
Now I feel like this one's WWE.
Really? It's almost like the game was designed to make it confusing.
It's that, yeah, almost.
How dare I?
Therm Scissorpunch.
Therm Scissorpunch.
But that also feels like a character that someone. Therm Scissorpunch.
I love this. I love basically all you're doing is hopping from one thing to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, this sounds like someone who wrestled, but it also sounds like someone from Star Wars.
Therm Scissorpunch.
Okay, you got to give me an answer, one or the other.
Because it's based on punching,
Yep.
I am going to go WWE.
Oh boy. Therm Scissorpunch is a male Nephrin first seen in Solo during the first Sabacc game. So you are 0 for 0.
Should have known that.
Or 2 for 0? How does
0 for
scoring?
2.
0 for 2.
How does scoring work?
How does scoring work? Yeah, I talked about scoring just a second ago with Kylo Ren, but that was a different person talking about that breakdown.
Right.
So you don't have anyone's correct here, but let's get it moving with Thurman Sparky plugg.
Oh man.
Thurman Sparky plugg. I keep having to cover up the comments so he cannot see.
Thurman Sparky plugg.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep guessing WWE, but it could also be like I feel like this could be like an engineer or something, you know, like a pilot, and he's
like he has a nickname. Okay.
like he has a nickname as almost as those Star Wars characters do.
Yep. Like Hobbie.
Thurman Sparky plugg. But I can see I can also see someone having the real last name Plugg.
Yep.
And then they're a wrestler and they're like, you know what would be a funny nickname is Sparky.
Yeah. All right, I need an answer.
I'm gonna go Star Wars.
Thurman Sparky plugg. WWE wisely changed this to Bob Spark plugg Holly, and then to a less gimmicky Bob Holly after some time. It was a race car gimmick. You got none.
Always listen to your
You're really gonna need this bonus round to get 10.
All right. At least I don't have to eat hot brownies or something.
Oh, that's a very good point. Duke Drozy. Duke Drozy.
See,
Duke Drozy. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the name of a Star Wars character or a pro wrestler?
Duke Drozy. You know what I mean? After a name like Sparky Plug, I feel like they could almost be anything.
Mm-hmm.
Duke It sounds too much like drowsy. You know, you don't want a sleepy wrestler. That's not good entertainment.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Now he's putting some thought into this.
And I think no one would choose that as their stage name. Even if your last name was Drozy, I feel like you would change it.
Okay, so what are you going with?
I'm going to go with Star Wars.
You're going with Star Wars.
Yes.
Alrighty. Michael Drozy was put in an unenviable position of being named after a garbage receptacle, full name being Duke the Dumpster Drozy.
Right.
So that is another incorrect answer, Logan.
Okay.
Maybe you'll need to
I'm going to start doing the opposite of what I think.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. By the way, I do have spicy brownies over here
Oh,
in case
no.
you look just in case.
I did.
We have like war memories of those spicy brownies. Okay. Sharut Amwi. Sharut Amwi.
Sharut.
Remember to be breathing. Don't blow out all of your air. And I will say this is how I pronounce this name. Sharut Amwi.
Sharut Amwi.
Yes.
Oh man.
Remember, what is your gut saying, and then go against it.
My gut is saying no. Sharut.
Yeah.
I am going to go with a wrestler. I'm saying it.
Wrestler?
You're too happy about that. I know it's Star Wars.
The blind human born on the moon of Jeddah, played by Donnie Yen in Rogue One. Are you kidding me? I'm blind. Sharut Amwi. Oh, goodness gracious.
This is tragic.
It is a little tragic. Max Moon. Max Moon. Is this the name of a Star Wars character?
That's a wrestler. That's a wrestler.
Are you going with wrestler?
100%.
100%? Well, give yourself 1 point.
Yes.
Carlos Espada wrestled for years as Conan. However, in WWE, he had a space gimmick, Max Moon.
Wrestlers love their alliterations.
Yeah. And just as a reminder, some of these wrestlers were not named by themselves.
Right.
Like, think about Duke the Dumpster Drozy. All right. Are you ready for this next one?
I hope.
And for people who are wondering about the lightsaber, if you've tuned in, we covered that earlier in the show, so you can check out the replay or when this comes out on as a podcast for that story. Basically, Star Wars did this little release during a Disney parks thing, and there's no video of it, but the press was able to see them ignite this real lightsaber. But there's a patent out there. You can see maybe how this thing might work. But speaking of how this thing might work, we are doing this quiz, which is this the name of a wrestler or the name of a Star Wars character?
It's going so well.
Prince Devitt.
Prince Devitt.
Prince Devitt.
And that's not his title. That's a name.
I can't really tell you too much about this type of thing.
Interesting.
Prince Devitt. So is this a Our Last Hope or Off the Top Rope?
Okay, I am going to go.
Remember, you do have lifelines.
How many more? How far am I through them?
Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 6 more to go.
It
might be good to hold off.
I'm gonna hold off on the lifeline.
Okay.
Can I use the lifeline in the speed round? That's worth more. No.
Also, I will say be careful with clicking the pen because you're doing it right next to the microphone.
I am sorry for the audio listeners.
Okay, Prince Devitt. What are you thinking? And then go against it.
Star Wars. Our Last Hope. I'll stick with the theme of the game.
Okay, Prince Devitt, now wrestling as Finn Balor in NXT. In Japan, he was the creator of the infamous group Bullet Club. For life. So that was incorrect as well.
I am not happy.
You were rocking 1 point right now, which is great. Let's see. If you're 1 point, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you can get one more wrong
And then still win?
and still win if you get the bonus round as well.
Okay. There's hope. Our last hope.
Prince Isolder. Yep, it's Prince again. Prince Isolder. Our last hope or off the top rope?
Our last hope.
You're saying our last hope?
Yes.
A Legends character who once courted Princess Leia. So that is 2 points for Logan. 2 points for Logan. Prince Albert. That's not funny for any reason. No reason at all that Prince Albert is great. I hope if anybody's tuning in right now, they're just tuning in to just see Prince Albert big on the screen.
Oh, that's a wrestler. That's off the top rope.
I might start cutting in when you're correct and not let you overthink it so that you don't lose. Yes, it is a wrestler. Prince Albert, real name Matt Bloom. He wrestled as Prince Albert, A-Train, and even Lord Tenzai.
And here was my thought behind that. There's no way they would name a Star Wars character Prince Albert. And if they did,
well, what did they name jazz music?
Oh,
we're not even
right.
going to get into that. Terra Ryzen. Terra Ryzen. Name of a wrestler or name of a Star Wars character. Terra Ryzen.
Terra Ryzen.
Yeah.
So it's like the Earth rising.
Yeah.
It's a cool wrestler name.
Or you can say it quickly, terrorizing.
Oh.
Yes, that's what I believe that's what it's meant to sound like.
Off the top rope.
Okay. The name Paul Levesque does not roll off the tongue as well as Terrorizing does, but nothing can beat the name we all know him by now, Triple H. What? Triple H's first wrestling name was Terra Ryzen.
Terra Ryzen. That sounds exactly like when Triple H was starting out. That fits. You know, that fits in that time period.
Ken. Ken. Is Ken a Star Wars character or a pro wrestler?
Well, I'm gonna say off the top rope. Only because there's no last name. They're doing like a Christian thing, you know. It's like a off the top rope. Off the top rope.
That is unfortunately incorrect.
Listen to a guy named Ken.
Yep. Wikipedia. Listen to how confusing this entry is about Ken. Ken was a male human who was the son of Triclops and a Jedi princess named Kendalina, therefore supposedly making Ken the grandson of Emperor Palpatine, aka a Jedi prince. What does that mean?
I'm a visual guy, but I don't want to look over.
No, don't look over. I'll read it one more time. Ken was a male human who was the son of Triclops and a Jedi princess named Kendalina, therefore supposedly making Ken the grandson of Emperor Palpatine and a Jedi prince.
So his parents were Palpatine's kids?
Yeah, Triclops was actually that, but that makes Ken and Rey cousins.
Yeah. Just Ken.
Cousin Ken.
Ken and Rey.
So that was incorrect. But what about Dick Togo? Once again, no reason why that's funny. No reason why the name Dick Togo is funny.
Just sounds like to go.
It does. It sound a lot like to go. Just to remind you.
I will take my... never mind.
Okay.
Fries on the side and... Dick Togo.
So you need to get the last three here correct as well as the bonus round.
Star Wars. Off our last hope.
Can I petition you
really
to think a little bit? No, wait. Are you saying off the top rope? Because you just said Star Wars and then you said off the top rope. So which one are you going with?
Final answer, off the top rope.
It is off the top rope. I did kind of let you stall for a second there.
You have
Dick Togo, a Japanese wrestler. Togo is currently signed to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he is a member of the Bullet Club stable. Once again, Bullet Club for life. Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane. Pro wrestler or Star Wars character?
There's got to be. I'm gonna say here's my reasoning, and
Okay.
I'm probably gonna be wrong. I want to say Our Last Hope only because if it was Kairi Sane,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a wrestler, I feel like they would try to do a play on like insane.
It's
never cool to be sane.
I'll give you another tip because this is the second to last question, and much like you've done before, you might want to use your lifeline for the second to last one than the last one.
All right. I will use the lifeline. The
Okay.
lifeline.
So
It's time.
let's look at what Trevor said. But by the way, Trevor has basically been getting all of these correct. Trevor says,
Trevor, you are the man.
Wrestler for Kairi Sane.
All right, Trevor. I'm gonna go with off the top rope.
Off the top rope.
Sticking with you.
Kairi Sane is a Japanese professional wrestler and actress. She is currently signed to WWE, where she serves as an ambassador and trainer in Japan. So there you go, Logan.
Thank you.
We have one more of the main round, and then we're moving on to the bonus round. So if you get this correct, you can win with 10 points with the bonus round.
I can still do it.
Vader.
If this is a wrestler,
Vader.
just Vader.
Well, Vader.
Is this going to be like a square rectangle thing where they're not mutually exclusive? Like it doesn't mean that they can't be. Like they could be both. Definitely Our Last Hope.
Right.
Because Vader is a Star Wars character.
Yes.
But do I get it wrong if it also happens to be a wrestler?
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, then Our Last Hope.
It's a trick question. Vader was a wrestler, famously wearing a red mask and being able to do a moonsault, which is a backflip splash, while being over 450 pounds. And of course, Vader is in Star Wars. I believe he's that pod racer kid.
Yeah.
And he grew up to be whatever.
Something.
So there you are. You're moving into the final round with
Lightning round.
7 points. It's not a lightning round. But we're moving into the last one here. And
So he was a wrestler.
Wrestler and trick question. Wrestler
Wow.
and Star Wars character. So we're moving into the final bonus round. Logan, here's the rules. It's worth 3 points. 3 of these names I'm going to read off are pro wrestlers' finishing moves, and 1 is the name of a Star Destroyer.
Okay.
So which one is a Star Destroyer and which one is the name of a pro wrestling finishing move? Here we go. Is it 1, the Finalizer? 2, the Rainmaker? 3, the Black Arrow? Or is it 4, Sweet Chin Music?
So I'm...
So once again, number 1, Finalizer. Number 2, the Rainmaker. Number 3, the Black Arrow. Or number 4, Sweet Chin Music.
And I'm not am I choosing the finisher?
You're choosing
The Star Destroyer.
the Star Destroyer. What is the name of the Star Destroyer?
Okay.
Here?
Okay. One more time. I'm sorry.
1, the Finalizer. 2, the Rainmaker. 3, the Black Arrow. Or 4, Sweet Chin Music. Once again, he is at 7 points. He needs 10 to win. This is for 3 points, the bonus round. If he gets this correctly, he wins. I don't have a prize for him, but I'll give him something.
I'm stuck between the Rainmaker and the Black Arrow.
Okay.
Because the Rainmaker sounds like it could be a ship. You know, if it's like just...
No. Yeah, I chose all of these, so they sound like they're chips.
But the Black Arrow seems like...
Mm.
But does it seem Star Wars-y?
Okay, I'm going to need you to process for a couple seconds longer, and everyone at home, you can process for a little bit longer. The Finalizer, the Rainmaker, the Black Arrow, or do you want to just go for chaos and say Sweet Chin Music?
Don't do that.
You can totally say that.
I
So
know that
Logan,
one.
What do you think? Which one is it? You got this. I believe in you.
I'm going to go with the Black Arrow because the Rainmaker just sounds too much like a finisher. I can't.
Okay.
Black Arrow.
Black Arrow?
Yes.
Nice. You're incorrect.
Oh,
It's the Finalizer is the Star Destroyer.
really? That
The-
sounds like a finisher.
The Finalizer was Kylo Ren's Star Destroyer in the sequel films. I am so sorry, Logan. You have let the world down, and the prize that I didn't prepare for you to have is no longer yours.
Well, good thing you didn't have one.
Right.
It would have been squandered.
And just
That's
for
why we don't keep score.
just for people who are interested, the Rainmaker is Kazuchika Okada's finisher. The Black Arrow is Pac or Neville's finisher. And then Sweet Chin Music is actually a Star Wars ship. So you could have said that too.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sweet Chin Music.
Of course, Shawn Michaels finisher there. But yeah, Finalizer, it does sound like a finisher.
It does.
Which is
it absolutely
which
does.
is why I chose it, to be completely honest with you.
You nailed that.
But no, hey, you did a good job. You had people biting their nails. How did you feel about your performance?
Biting my nails. Terrible. I felt terrible about my performance. Oof. That's a good one. Those are two very good categories of things that could be the other category of things.
I tried very hard. I remember you saying like, oh, do you think we'll be able to find, names that
you just
sound
laughed.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I have ones popping in my head right now. The Prince thing I knew would kind of throw you off. And then when I found Ken, it was like, oh boy,
Ken.
I'm rolling with gas at this point.
Doesn't Ken just sound like it could be a wrestler,
Right.
I always think of the like in the video game when you're going through your, you're doing your entrance as the wrestler and your name just kind of pops up on the bottom.
Right.
That sounds, it looks so good. Ken.
All right. So now it's time for the Unknown Regions, where we talk about something outside of Star Wars. And Logan, we were talking about before, like, hey, why don't we talk about doing creative stuff, like, stuff that we've been wanting to do and kind of trying to find time for.
Right.
And then the first stream didn't go through.
Nope.
And we spent most of that time learning to do a song together. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we did. I don't even know. You picked up your guitar.
Yeah, because I needed to do something.
Yeah, we were both just like sitting in silence. Well,
for a good 10 minutes, we just sat and did nothing.
I couldn't. Yeah, I don't even know. I just laid on the couch.
Right.
But yeah, then we started doing what is it? Chance the Rapper, Same Drugs. I think it's the song is called.
Yeah, and I've never heard the song before, but
No.
you started playing it, and I was like, oh, maybe I can help add on to this. So I brought out my electric guitar. He was using my acoustic guitar. We were just kind of playing.
Yeah, it was super sweet, and that's a song I've known how to play, I should say, for a decent amount of time, and I've always wanted to do a cover of it, and then I've even recorded some covers of it, but I just never got around to actually doing anything with them.
Yeah,
and I'm glad I didn't, because when I do a cover of it, I want both of us on it, because that just sounded so dope.
No,
it really did.
It was really
incredible.
Because that's something like when Logan was off doing a lot of his stuff. Being in school, I wasn't in school, but I was doing worship stuff. That's what I did for most of my teen years. So when it comes to somebody playing a song, it's like, oh, okay, I can add to this.
Yeah.
So it was cool for us to kind of do that together and help me understand the song, and then me try and add on to it. And I thought there's some pretty cool stuff we might be able to do.
Super cool stuff, because I don't get to play like that. You played in many bands. Yes, the question. No, you've played with bands. I don't really play with a lot of people. Got to choose my words carefully.
Yeah.
Here. I play alone. I was gonna say, yeah, forget it. So that was something with going through and doing kind of the rhythm and having you kind of noodle around and do some solos on top of it is making sure those are together. And like I said before, is keeping that tempo,
right,
especially while singing too. Right. So it's singing, keeping tempo, and then kind of hearing those extra notes that you're throwing in there, kind of noodling around soloing. And I'm like, that sounds so good, but I'm like, no, stay focused. Because it's distracting. I want to be a listener, and it's instead of actually playing it. Yeah, it was super cool.
And that's something I haven't done in a very long time. What I did before this creatively, before Chatter Squadron, was being in a band, like a legit band. And
I saw you play live.
Yeah, thank you. And playing music forever. I played music every single week since I was basically 15.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. So anytime I'm able to pick up and jam a little bit with somebody, it's like working out an old muscle.
Right.
And speaking of which, I need to do my push-ups for the day.
Me too.
Oh boy, that's what we can do after this.
Oh.
I am so hungry. Are you
Yeah.
hungry?
I'm hungry for push-ups.
So if you're listening or watching this show and you're hearing us talk about doing other creative stuff, like maybe some covers, let us know if you would want to hear us. Like we don't know where we would put it if we made a cover or whatever, but still, if you're interested,
YouTube, some random spot.
yeah,
But still, if you're interested, let us know. Yeah, I've wanted to do covers like that for a while, and it truly is nice having someone else to play with and make me sound way better.
right. But it's also exciting as the world opens up a little bit more. COVID numbers hopefully keep going down, more vaccines, more social distancing to just like chop the legs off of this COVID thing. Maybe we can be going outside. Maybe we can be seeing some shows. Maybe we can have some concerts or whatever else it can be, because I'm itching to. I think that's a big reason that detached me from this. You know me growing up, I went to so many shows.
Yeah.
I would travel to go to shows and stuff. That was like a big thing I used to do.
Yeah.
And to just be completely detached from it, well, you are going to kind of feel a little bit like, I haven't seen, because that's what inspired me, seeing people play live.
Yeah, and you're
I want to do
there.
that.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of detached. So hopefully we're getting ready and excited for when this comes back.
What's a show you would want to see when when everything opens back up, when we can have live music again?
Well, I have 2 tickets to Paradise. I have 2 tickets that are going to be in 2022, unfortunately. Circa Survive, Blue Sky Noise, 10-year anniversary, which is actually now going to be 12-year anniversary. It was supposed to be where? I know. If there's tickets, we need to get you to go. It's going to be at, I believe, House of Blues or Agora, one of them. But
I love House of Blues.
Yeah, I saw them play On Letting Go, the whole album all the way through. You've seen
Blue Sky Noise all the way through, haven't you?
No. And here's the thing, my 3 favorite albums, thank you guys for listening and watching still. My 3 favorite albums are The Devil and God Are Raging Inside of Me, brand new, Blue Sky Noise, Circa Survive, and Mean Everything to Nothing by Manchester Orchestra. I've seen Mean Everything to Nothing live all the way through, and I've seen The Devil and God all the way through.
Wow.
So this would be the trifecta, my 3 favorite albums, seeing them all the way through live.
And that is the show. That's what they've already said. It's going to be Blue Sky Noise. Oh my goodness.
Like I said, I saw them play On Letting Go from start to finish. It's a magical experience when you know a record, because when you know that song's ending, it's going to kick into something else.
Well, that'll happen when I listen to full albums, or whether it's on CDs or whatever. As soon as the one song ends, like even if you just hear a single, as soon as that song ends, I'll start thinking of the next one.
What the next song is going to be.
It leads into it. So that's super cool.
That's how I do it. And then the other ticket that I referenced is to see Rage Against the Machine at the Q, or whatever they're calling that arena now, Rocket Mortgage Field Center.
Right.
Rolls off the tongue. But yeah, seeing Rage Against the Machine, and opening for them is Run the Jewels. So I am super excited. Once again, also was supposed to see that last year. So that's what I have waiting for me. And I know people in the music scene around where we live in Cleveland. So once shows do starting up, I've gone to just shows to hang out with people before. So I'm excited for that too. Friends, bands playing and everything, going to see them, hanging out, seeing people again. So those are the types of shows I'm looking forward to. For sure.
I love live music. And like you said, one of my favorite things, and people always think that this is a bit odd, but I don't think it is going to concerts. Like, because people will be like, oh, I want to go see this show. I want to take like a friend or something. I just go. I'll just buy a ticket and go myself. And it is the best time in the whole world. And I don't know why. It's just like, I can't describe it.
So if we go to the Blue Sky Noise
I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah, we'll
go separate. We're driving separate. I don't know you. We're right next to each other. Like our tickets are right next to each other.
See, that's what I like. I like the camaraderie. I like going together. I like going into the pit a little bit. And then you talk about it later. It's like, oh, remember when that dude and blah, 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 blah.
Well, that is fun. I'm not saying like I'll exclusively.
This guy hates groups.
No. I'm not saying I exclusively won't go with people, but if there's a show that I want to see, because a lot of my shows, or a lot of the stuff that I've seen, it'll be like pretty last minute. It's like
Oh,
I'll just see, like I'll drive by House of Blues or something, and it's like, oh, they're playing in like 2 days or something like that.
Sorry, potential spam is calling me, everybody.
Oh, put them on the air. Yeah, I'll just drive by, and it's like I'll try to get tickets last minute, and
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's not every day where you can just call us. I mean, if it was Blue Sky Noise, like I would, you know,
Yeah.
at the 11th hour, I'll be there. But
I like how quickly you're nodding.
yeah, it's so crazy.
Right.
But yeah, I do, and I don't know. There's something because you always meet people. I never have gone to a concert by myself and have remained by myself the whole time. You're so approachable when you're not in a group and when you're alone. You always are meeting people. I'm meeting this person,
Especially
I'm
when
meeting
you
that.
cry. You
Yeah.
like to go in the corner and start crying and sobbing.
Really draw attention to yourself.
Right. Going, oh my life. Oh my life.
See, it's not a sad thing. It's like that's the stereotype. Is like you're just this like sad person going to things alone, and it's not.
Sad
it's so,
person going to things
it's
alone.
not.
Isn't that just a fancy word for being bummed out?
Oh,
I can't. You can't
You're-
say that.
you're-
Okay, I think it's time to wrap up the unknown regions. We're getting a little crazed.
I will say I would love to see 68 live.
Yes.
I've been searching for it.
And I told you before, my old singer Ryland is good friends with them.
What? No, you didn't.
That's how I found out about 68.
Really?
Yeah, the guitarist and singer was the former singer from a band called The Chariot, and Ryland and his band Inhale Exhale used to tour with them all the time.
That's awesome.
So they hopefully will have an in when they come.
Yeah, 68. And I think my second one, because I just looked it up recently, and she's not coming to Cleveland, but she's coming to Columbus and Pittsburgh. So I'll try to Julian Baker.
Really?
Which is a new artist in like the last like year and a half I've come across.
I love that.
That's just me trying to think. I'm not trying to do anything by that. Those two people, I think, and many more. But that's just what comes to mind now.
Yeah.
And the Blue Sky Noise. Whew, I gotta see that.
So yeah, we will do that together. I would like to say this with Jason Roberts saying, being fetal in a corner soaked in your own tears is a great way to meet people or get change launched at you.
Launched.
I'm too office minded right now.
Party.
Would it be better if it said Lanch party, Tyler? Would it be better if it said lanched at you? Whatever. It's time for this to end. Once again, thank you guys for keeping up with us. This stupid stream thing. I remember when we had audio issues, and I promised next week we will have a soundboard and mics and everything. Here we are. My promise this week is I'm going to have new internet, and we're going to get this figured out because I'm done dealing with this. One way or another, it's going to happen. So we will see you guys, and hopefully when we come back, we will have a real lightsaber.
Yeah, a real lightsaber and no interruptions.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.